A lot of the things around us actually affect our security. We need to talk about them. There is a slogan and a sensitization campaign by government all around the world. See something, say something. And that thing is actually, a development of the realization that we don't speak a lot about what we see around us. And the reasons are manifold. Sometimes, unfortunately, in the past, when people have spoken, they have landed themselves in trouble. So over time, people have learned to keep quiet. Even though we do talk among ourselves, I mean, you just need to go on Twitter or Instagram and you see virtually everything being spoken about.
Yes.
But are we directing that conversation to the right channel? I think that is where the issue is. So yes, we need to speak about the things we see around us, because at the end of the day, if we speak and steps are taken, then it will be good for our security. If we keep quiet, then that small thing that should have been nipped in the bud at the beginning would grow into a big monster that unfortunately will not be controlled.
We cannot pretend to live in isolation. We need to begin to know who those are our neighbors. One of the things I often do whenever I move to a new place is to get to meet my neighbors.
Yeah.
Knock on your door, get to let you know I live here, tell you what I do, so as to know what you do. It gives you a fair knowledge of the people you live with within an environment. What that does also, if they get to see someone come into my compound, they will want to be sure if it is part of my compound, is it lives in my is a family member or not. So good neighborliness will really help. See something, say something is a good thing. But I think government needs to begin to create more of anonymous windows for people to truly say something that they've seen, especially where you know that the level of compromise and connivance from inside of the security agencies is on the high side, where you saw something, you're saying it, and those who you're telling are supposed to protect you are giving information to the suspect that you are the one who brought it. It's your neighbor that brought this information to us. Ordinarily, we wouldn't have known. And the man brought further, said to know my neighbor, which of my neighbor. And he said, your neighbor now, one John. Okay, he goes and you become an enemy, like what you said.
Yes.
But we cannot, because of the fear of being stigmatized or called out, not to say things that can save the entire community. It's important we don't just keep quiet. It's also important for government to take the lead in creating an enabling environment for people to see what they've seen. And it's important also for people to truly see and say what they've seen, and not just to raise false alarm.
Burton, if you ask me to speak security in 1 second, I'll tell you awareness.
Okay.
Awareness. So we need to
know what
talk to our kids. Let them be conscious of the dangers around them. So kidnapping, how many of us have sat down with our kids and explained to them what kidnapping is and how they can fall victim to kidnap? What anti-kidnap measures as a family have we taken? So you take the kids to school. Have you told them, for instance, that if someone is coming to pick them and if he doesn't mention XYZ, or he doesn't present a card, or he doesn't say a quote that you've agreed to, that they shouldn't follow him? The school that your kids are going to, do they have cards that they've given to parents that only holders of those cards? So consciousness from at the level of the kids, at the level of the parents, at the level of the school, the nannies, and everyone around us in our space. Have we taken time to learn about that and then to teach each other around that? That for me would be the beginning. If we haven't, then this is the time to do it. Each security threat, because I just used kidnapping as an example, there are several other security threats. We need to pick them one by one, have discussions with the kids, sometimes during dinner or lunch, or just when we're coming back from church or mosque, as it were. Have a discussion with them. Allow them to ask questions, because we are guilty, unfortunately, as African parents. We don't encourage our kids to ask questions, and when they do, sometimes we shut them down. No, we shouldn't.
But not all of us anyway.
I'm happy to hear